This is Big Bikes at Malvern, and this is Bike Shows UK. Hi, I'm Stuart Evans. Welcome to Bike Shows UK, the show that travels the country bringing you the very best in motorcycle shows. This week we're in a gorgeous location at the Malvern Hills for the Big Bike Show. Let's have a look at what's coming up. Bikes at Malvern's a little bit different in that the bikes and the riders are the centre piece of the show. You turn up here to have a look at each other's bikes and compare notes. Also, it's held at the Three County Showground, so called because it covers Worcestershire, Gloucestershire and Herefordshire. Wow. Another big feature of this show is the road safety, but more of that later. Let's have a look at some of the bikes. Big Bikes at Malvern is all about road safety, and the police are here. PC Fred Muffett's with us. Fred, you've brought a whole load of your officers down to ride out with people and judge their road safety. If I wanted to do that, how would I go about going out for a ride with you guys?
Right, you would go into the shed there, where there's a desk, book yourself down in for a ride, and you'll go out for about 20 miles with a police officer or a member of the Institute of Advanced Motorists who come to help us out, and you will be assessed. When you come back, pointed in the right direction for further training if you wish to take it, i.e. the IM, ROSPA and various other training organisations.
And whilst out on this ride, what sort of thing would you be looking for? What would you be looking for in my riding?
We'd be looking for positioning on the road, how you take bends, make sure you notice the road traffic signs, because the whole idea of the day is to have 2 people go out and 2 people come back in the upright position. So that's what we'll be looking for.
What's the typical fault of an average rider?
Positioning on the road to take bends.
How many of your officers have come down?
We've got about 30 police from all over the country. There's 30 odd police forces involved, of the 50 odd police forces in the country involved in Bike Safe, and I've been sent as many as I can get.
And you've got a good array of them?
We've got a really good array. Lots of experience, years of experience, and we just want to pass it on to members of the public today.
So over the weekend, how many members of the public do you think you'll be
We could have hundreds. My own Bike Safe meetings in London, we can have up to 150 turn up, and we just go out for assess rides. Okay. So every force here does its own scheme, its own Bike Safe scheme, and today is a national one. First one we've ever done. We've got it all together, and we're going to take people out, and hopefully it'll be a good day.
Nuts? No, bolts. And there's over 200 of them on your average motorcycle that are replaceable with beautiful little babies like this. The lady responsible for these is Louisa from Tasty Nuts. Louisa, how did you get involved selling anodised nuts and bolts?
It's a long story. There's so much you can do with the anodised aluminium side of things. It's basically anodised aluminium, 7 different colours, and we've kind of tried to make it as easy as we can for the customers. By a lot of people wouldn't really know how to go about starting to change their engine casing bolts. They wouldn't know what sizes they need, and they're maybe a little bit scared of doing that. So we try to make it as easy as we possibly can for them. We break everything down into sections and areas on the bike. And basically in any little kit we provide them, they'll have every single bolt they need in all the right lengths.
Oh, so there's no guesswork involved?
No,
You'll do a whole kit?
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Already made for, say, an RSV such as this one?
They'll get every single bolt they need for that specific area of the bike. No cutting bolts down, no trying to saw them and slipping and all that. It's all there, ready, done for them.
And can you replace every nut and bolt on a bike with these?
Not everyone with the aluminium, no. Obviously it's designed purely for the non-stress areas, but it's great for areas, your screen, your fuel cap surround, the fairing bolts, your engine casing, side casing bolts. All those areas fantastic, and obviously it's a great weight saver as well.
Absolutely. I mean, these obviously they're an easy customisation, aren't they?
Very much so, yeah, very much so.
And if I was to buy a kit off you today, would I have to take it home and do it myself?
Today we'll actually do it for you. We'll do it for you. Bring it along and actually show you how to do it, and we'll do it for you. We'll do the whole thing or just start it off for you.
How's that for service with a smile? It's fantastic. You can ride, but you cannot hide. And they've chucked me on a bike and they're going to take me out for an assessed ride out. So, whilst I'm gone having my riding assessed by Frank, why don't you catch up with our local biker who's going to show you around some of the beautiful countryside.
Hi, I'm Nigel. I'm going to be your local biker for today. I run the Malvern Motorcycle Training Scheme. I've been riding motorcycles since I was 16, and at the moment I've got 2 bikes, Honda Fireblade and a Kawasaki KLX 650. I like biking because it's the speed, the freedom and the ability to get places and see places quickly and comfortably and be out in the fresh air. The Honda Fireblade I've got actually is capable of doing around 175, 180 miles an hour, but of course I wouldn't do that on the roads. 70 miles an hour maximum, officer. Its acceleration 0 to 60 is probably somewhere in the region of 3 seconds, 0 to 100 getting on for 6 seconds, and there aren't many cars on the road that would actually come anywhere close to that. Cars maximum probably around 6 seconds, 0 to 60. So it's nice to know that you can keep with and go past any car, Ferraris, you name it. This is Debra and her motorcycle, and Debra is one of the instructors at the training scheme as well as being my girlfriend.
My bike's the Baby Blade, the CBR 400. It's a Japanese import bike. Reason why I have this bike is, I suppose when I passed my test about 4 years ago, there are a limited number of bikes which small, lighter people can ride, and I just didn't want a custom bike. I think I'd have given up riding if I could only have ridden a custom bike. I like sports bikes, and the only small sports bikes that suit me are those that are imported.
Well, these some friends of ours arrived, Peter, Fiona and Alex, and we're going to be going out for a bit of a ride.
Well, it's a strange feeling being followed around by a police bike for 45 minutes without actually getting pulled up. So let's find out how we did. Fingers crossed. Go on, Frank.
Well, the first thing I'll say is our footwear needs changing.
Fair comment.
That could turn a very simple accident into a very serious accident. You've got to support your ankles. So get yourself a decent pair of boots, and these won't last more than 5 metres on the road. So get yourself a decent pair of leathers.
Fair comment, Frank.
That's the first thing I would say. Your riding overall, it's not a bad standard, to be honest with you. It's not a bad standard at all. You've obviously been riding bikes for some time. Yeah. One of the things you did do, which I don't like, is you sit in the traffic lights in gear. You sit in traffic lights, you hold the gear lever, it's almost like a boy racer thing, you want to get away quick. Your bike's powerful enough to break away from any car you want to. So just stick it into neutral. So if you get hit up the bum, you know, your bike won't go forward, drop the clutch, the bike goes forward, you're off the back under the wheels of the car.
Okay, yeah.
If you sat there with it in neutral, that won't happen. Another fault.
Not something I'd ever considered, but yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it does happen. Another fault is your right-hand bend. You're wandering on your right-hand bend. You're coming to the crown of the road and you're almost clipping the white line. Now the problem with that being is something comes the other way, does exactly the same, like a lorry. It'll be straight down the side of it and there's no getting out. The lorry versus the bike, you're always going to come off worse.
Yeah.
So if you can go around the right-hand bend, just push over to the near side a bit more. Gives yourself a bit more room for oncoming traffic. It opens up the bend a bit more and you'll see a bit more around it. Apart from that, the ride I thought was very good. Wasn't too bad at all.
Thanks very much.
Not bad at all.
Cheers. So I don't get a ticket then?
No, not this time. Next time.
Nice one, Frank. Don't go away, stay right where you are and I'll be back after the break. But first, here's a sneak preview of what's coming up in the second part of the show. So you come here often then, do you? Oh, is that right? Oh, really? Oh, welcome back to Bike Shows UK. I'm Stuart Evans and this is Big Bikes at Malvern. Before we show you more of what's going on at this show, let's have a whiz around the countryside with our local biker.
The local area hasn't really got that much to offer for bikers apart from the beautiful countryside and the lovely roads. We're only about 25 miles from Wales here, so it's a nice route into Wales through Hereford. We can get out onto the Welsh roads quite quickly and easily.
Living in the sort of Herefordshire, Worcestershire, Gloucestershire borders, got some good roads with good bends. And as a biker, I'm interested in the bends, not in the straights. We've got good pubs, good friendly pubs and good friendly villages. And I think there's an awful lot to actually see within the area. You've got the beautiful Malvern Hills for walking, but there's also lots of historical interest, which you can go around and best see on the bike.
Okay, we just arrived at the Butcher's Arms, one of the friendly local pubs, good beer and good food. Right, I hope you've enjoyed yourselves today with us in Malvern and surrounding area, and hope you come and visit us soon. Take care.
What's that? What is that?
That's Ultra Seal. It's a puncture prevention treatment for motorcycle tyres. Well, any tyre really, but specifically today it's for motorcycle tyres.
How does it work?
It's installed through the valve stem, and it's with centrifugal force. It spreads around inside the casing of the tyre. It forms a 2 to 3 mil thick coating, like a lining, inside the casing of the tyre, which guards against punctures and blowouts as they happen on the road. It gives you a permanent repair for a puncture up to 6 mil in the tread area, 1/4 inch in diameter. If it's a big hole, or if it's major tyre damage or sidewall damage, it'll give you a controlled deflation, avoiding a blowout.
Marvellous. So, there you go. Should save you feeling flat this summer.
The solitude of motorcycling, rolling along a road with nothing more than your own thoughts rattling around your poor empty cranium. But there are those out there who prefer to chat, and if you do, you might want one of these, and Alan here can help us get one.
Alan, these intercoms, what sort of range do they have?
They range from half a mile to 2 miles, depending upon the terrain between the aerials. Basically, it purely depends on what's in between the two aerials, but generally half a mile, 2 miles on a motorway.
Okay, and how much would a unit such as this one cost?
This one starts at about £195 per person.
Okay, so for £400 you're going to be off and running for 2 different bikes.
That's right.
I see. And do they suffer at speed? Does the performance of these suffer as a speed increase?
Obviously, the more wind noise you have in a helmet, the more it will affect it. But we use very high quality mics and speakers. They're aircraft grade, and they will do pretty high speeds. Okay. You know, we supply to powerboat racing teams and marines applications as well.
Oh, got you. And is it legal to use one of these on the road?
Yes, they are. The PMR 446 is a new licence-free wave band, and they are pan-European licence-free.
Okay, great. So if you fancy chatting your pillion or another motorbike, that's the way to go.
This one you can use rider and pillion together, so you can talk both ways, and also talk to another bike as well.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, it's that time of the show again. It's the Bike Brain Quiz. We take 2 bikers from the local area, Malvern in this case. You guys work as a team, answering as many questions as you can inside 60 seconds, using your horns as buzzers. Do you understand it?
Yeah, fine.
Then let's begin.
Okay.
You are playing for a race school day at a track of your choice, okay? Here we go. What year was Troy Bayliss Superbike champion?
Last year, 2001.
I'm sorry?
2001.
No, it was 1999.
Oh,
before Rossi, which racer also won 125, 250?
Phil Reed. Hey, that was me. Hey, that was my turn.
Phil Reed, yes, you're both correct. Where is the bike designer Arlen Ness from? Dick?
USA.
You're quite correct, he is from the USA. What stands out about this year's ZX6R?
ZX6R? It's a 636.
Dick, you're quite right, it's 636cc's. Where was Aprilla's only 500cc podium win?
Donington 2000.
Yeah, you are, bang on. Are you there, George?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm here. Approximately what is the top speed of the Hayabusa? Go on, George.
Is that me? I ain't got a clue. 183.
No,
194.
No, it was 190 I've got down here. Which is Honda's official test track?
Suzuka.
Suzuka, Dick, you're bang on, it is Suzuka. What made Yamaha's... Oh, I've started, so I'll continue. What made Yamaha's XJR 1300 SP special? Go on, George.
The rear shocks.
What was special about it? You're quite right. Right, let's have a look and see how you got on with the scores. So the boys from Malvern go on the scoreboard with 6. Those Manchester boys are still on top with 11. Oh, the irony, the irony. Big bikes at Malvern, you say? Have a look at this. This and all the others belong to Mike. Mike, where on earth does this come from?
They're imported from Indonesia.
And what, do you bring them in yourself?
No, I buy them from an importer.
Okay. The engine looks a tad unusual for a motorcycle. What is it?
It's a Honda GX160 utility engine. Normally used in generators, go-karts, compressors, the like, cement mixers.
Oh, okay, near it is the motorbike.
It's a good sturdy engine.
So, how many miles an hour will this propel us to?
Around about 40 miles an hour.
40 miles an hour?
Yeah.
And have you proved this yourself?
Yes.
And what's it like at that sort of speed?
Good fun, good fun.
Is it economical?
Very economical. Yeah, in a generator, that engine will run all day long on a gallon of petrol.
And in a motorbike?
Depends how often you fall off.
Which becomes a feature of riding this, I imagine.
Yeah, yeah.
I got you. Who do you sell them to? Who's your biggest buyer?
Anybody. We did intend them for a fun market for kids originally, but out of the few that we sold last year, only one went to a young lad. And the rest were all for grown-ups.
I mean, this one's got a number plate and a tax disc.
Yes, we have taken it along to DVLA and registered it for the road. It's been MOT'd just in case they queried it.
Oh, I got you.
So it is checked out as road legal.
Oh, fantastic. I'll have one of them then.
Bargains galore. Done very well today.
Yeah. What do you think of the bikes?
Lovely. I quite like that Pan-European just around the corner there, but I can't quite afford it yet. But no, it's been lovely. It's been really good.
It's a great show. I wouldn't mind coming again, actually. I've been to one before and it was good, but I think this one's better.
It's very good, very interesting, really. It's been really good. I'm not a biker, but I live with a biker, but it's been absolutely brilliant. I've really enjoyed it.
That's it for another Bike Shows UK from here in Malvern. I hope you've enjoyed the show as much as I have. I'm off to practice me riding with the tips I've picked up from the road safety experts. While I'm gone, don't forget to visit our website and join in the forum and have a chat. In the meantime, see you later.